I'm 18. I come from a conservative family, but I'm still figuring out my political beliefs. And Trump's comments about white nationalism, about how he doesn't believe it's a real issue. What do you think about that, and how FBI has actually confirmed that it's a rising number of hate groups in the United States?
So to be super precise what he said the question was, do you think it's a rising issue? He said these people are animals, they're horrible people,
Yes,
they should be condemned. I just want to be very clear to make sure that his comments...
Yeah, I know.
I don't think white supremacy is a rising issue in America. I think the issue always tends to rise right around election season. Isn't it
It's
weird?
left supremacy.
Racism always comes back right around election season. It's remarkable if you pay attention to it. The headlines magically start to change. Black Lives Matter gets a platform on TV. We start watching black men die in the streets, and it's always just in time for the election cycle. I don't buy into the media hype. So the reason why is because I'm black, right? So I actually don't need to read an article written by the Washington Post or FBI data to know whether or not America is racist. I just need to walk down the street, right? I don't need to find out from a white liberal group whether or not America is a racist country because I am black. And the first person that will find out if America is racist is me because I'm black. So what I would caution you to realize is that the timing of them telling us that white supremacy is on the rise, a metric which I don't know what they're measuring it by. Are people writing into the FBI and saying I'm a white supremacist, include me in your data? I don't even actually know how they're even doing the metrics for that. But the timing of it is very fishy. It's always suspicious, and something that I speak about a lot at Blexit rallies.
And when they can't get the black community, then they start pandering to the Hispanics. And now all of a sudden, if you want legal immigration, it's xenophobic. Like, when has that ever been a thing in the history of the United States?
Xenophobia is on the rise.
Yeah, it's like all of a sudden, like, okay, well, here we are. We are obviously not racist, and yet here we are all called race traitors and white supremacists and, you know, the KKK, because we are literally upholding the values and the standards of what makes the United States a sovereign nation.
I got a problem. We're in South Carolina, a great state. Anybody here hate diversity, hate black people, hate Hispanic people?
Didn't think so.
I didn't think so. I think we're good.
And part of the reason why I began to question this is because of my own personal experiences. For example, at Boys State last year, held right here in South Carolina, it was right at the end, and everyone was going around shaking each other's hands, and I witnessed one of my peers, another white male, refuse to shake the hand of a black male in my city. And that shook me to the core. I didn't realize how much this would affect someone. And he just brushed it off like it was no big deal. He said, I'm not a victim, but at the same time, myself, I wouldn't know how to go about that. If that continued throughout my life, I don't know what I would do.
But don't feel bad for him. He's the guy that has to deal with it. That's why I keep telling you, there are idiots everywhere. There are people that hate people.
I should feel bad
but
for him
no, but what I'm saying is you just said he didn't feel bad. So you don't need to carry this burden if he didn't feel bad. This is what I say to people all the time. You don't have to worry. You don't have to feel bad for me. And this is something that I talk about all the time, which is that it's undermining to me when people think that they have to feel bad for me. It's great you have a tremendous heart, and it's great that it affected you, and I'm not insulting you whatsoever for that. But what I'm saying is that there's always going to be idiots everywhere. Do not let people convince you that society is perfectible. It's not. We're human beings. There's always going to be a racist somewhere, a sexist somewhere, someone who's weird, someone who doesn't like children, right? There's people that are like, I just don't like kids, right? That's a weird thing, right? There are people that don't like women, right? They think that they're pathetic and awful, don't like dogs, don't like cats. You're always going to find hate if you're looking for it, okay? But don't let that mean that demonstrates that somehow you live in a hateful society and then project that because one person didn't shake someone's hand, that now means white supremacy is on the rise. That's a really big leap to make, okay?